Hello students, welcome to Dimpy's tutorial. Hello students, bahai tongbai norok khakoi nok thum nok kam no tongna jeng tini kaisa kadal chapter por nai belai important in daily life by connected among ka force and pressure. Omen in sakang no jodi an channel kadal ha kai ano subscribe khai ta bodi no ban option kadal kadal videos tu tongo tabuk jeng start khai nai. Jefru pan jeng khnau force and pressure jeng matong ba jeng jakun minus jeng besi force ru mane besi jeng mano tam sanai besi jor riu te pressure ban tinyo te o picture nok nukui mang khana kaisa goalkeeper tam khaikya football no rom na try khaikya mane o jaga bobini ko force rekha bini yak no hoite inka o jaga khaitam khaikya o ko kaisa hockey player bini mane bini ball no bo ko tam mane mo khitan na try khaikya te jaga tam kaisa cricketer botam khaikya o ball no bo catch khaina try khaikya o picture by jeng tam seman je jeng tin daily life option force te pressure kintu काम नांगो तो ने पूरा टॉपिक है फोर्स ए पुश और पुल फोर्स के जो वही पुश बखायो वही जो किंतु पुल बखायो फोर्स ने डेफिनेशन तमा पुश और पुल ऑन एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज कॉल्ड ए फोर्स जेको माइनस जन सतन मानी है के को किता रहमानी अमन हंजागो फोर्स आर ड्यू टू एन इंटरैक्शन अमो किंतु काइसे काइसे इंटरैक्टिंग जा जेमा और नाइदी काइसा गाड़ी चालुगै थांतो अंगाय ओ चलाखाय गाड़ी उगलो हिम तो ngai next ho chung tam no kha bo gai no push khai tong kha mano ja bo tam ga force apply khai tong ga te o bor force apply khai tong kha gai no chalong na bagai te next picture chung tam no kha o duijana bari no kintu nijini pull khai tong ha ta bo bon sotono bo bon sotono ngai tabok oro kintu na tam ngai mini je force duijana no rui tong kha from this example we can infer that at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. Thus, an interaction of one object with another object result in a force between the two objects. Jeban ojago tamkha omo kaise bete kaisa force kintu mong tongka mane connecting thanga mane bo bon sotono ke duijan kintu force rui tong. Next topic etamo exploring forces. O jaga nok tam nokha o game oro center mane o line no oro ribbon kha tongo omo jodi o ribbon yango thanga hanga block ditika omo jodi yango thanga kai block ditika omo kintu duita group number kintu force rui tongo jitna bagai tamsa koro what do this example suggest about the nature of force o example jungo je phrumo no tam sang nai force applied on an object in the same direction add to one another if the two forces act in opposite direction of an object jikun man kaisa manayo nang ang bosotono nang bosotono ni direction no katam nai the net force acting on it is different between the two objects the force act the net force act to mani omo kaisa bakaja different nai tawrom di ani hoite ang rom di taw ani logyo te masa borok jeng montam hin tagen war khai kan omo jori kisa dui tinjon borok tongka anyango duijon same borok tongka bo nyang tinjon hangai tamnai je jekhane beshi thanai jekhane beshi force nai omo beshi jiti nai. The strength of a force is usually expressed by its magnitude. The force in the strength on beshi bagno magnitude by. Abin jang da besar magnitude. Mane besar nang or force mane nang besar shakti rekha wa jago. If the direction or the magnitude of the applied force changes, it effect also changes. So the applied force jodi nang je force amar amode change khanga kai ni effect bo change nai jemon oko no oboyon oko on id omo jodi beshi force rekha hangai omo ni effect change hangai omo yango thanai gata borok jigi thanai. Next topic etamo a force can change the state of motion kaisa force kintu je motion obo kintu change khai mano o activity nai di o ball plus kang rest tong mani kintu bo je puro start khai kya mane motion mane bo bin force rakha tamane bin motion bo change ka bin jaga change ka hangai to motion change nai ti bin je yak je force mani o ball phai thanai. This observation suggests that a force applied on an object may change its speed wasu kintu nang je force ru o minus speed bo change nga jemon anta ball kita rohaka okay ang jodi speed ang jodi ball ekdam for ani pura energy ru rohaka gatang na bin speed bo change nai hat taka chog nai kintang be force liya gatang na bin speed bo kom nai if the force applied on the object is in the direction of its motion thangi tongman direction the speed of an object increases if the force is applied in the direction opposite jodi taurom di ang jodi or ni hoite oro ang jodi rohaka okay ang jodi andike yak rui andike force rohaka hangai behi speed thangna kintu ang jodi an yak no ulta khai rohakai omo tamnai kam kai thangla khai ang jodi opposite direction rohaka okay omo kam kai thangla mane speed kom ngai o picture nai nok tam no khana first a ball set in motion by pushing it along a level surface and omo khai push khai to bo yak push khai to tolau klaina bagana thap jeng jeng volleyball thangpro second tam saka the direction of motion of the ball after it strike the ruler place on in its path je puru omo by scale by je khajaka hanga mon tekicha direction change wano. A change in either the speed of an object or its direction of motion or both is described as the change in its state of motion. Tawlo je kun minus speed change thanga the being direction of motion or being direction of motion sung jero hamani ombo change thanga direction of change thanga gamon hanjai a change in its state of motion. Thus a force may bring a change in the state of motion of an object. The state of motion of an object tamo ni saiman bin definition ai. The state of motion of an object is described by its speed and the direction of motion. State of motion definition helps be speed they bin direction of motion naisi changing. The state of rest is considered to be the state of zero of speed. Jadi manager rest tong jaman ang tabuk ani yak no kam khalia omo ton likha ga motam nai state of zero speed mane or kuno kam kembe ko speed bo zero ngai. An object may be at rest or in motion. Both are in state of motion. Omo rest of anu kam khajak panu mano omo hanjagu o duita hanjagu state of motion. Next topic etamo force can change the shape of an object. Nothing is for example motion of an object tabo kai shape change mano. Force of an object may change its shape. Jeng je kono force man mane yo omo ni kintu shape bo change man tangai bahai kenai. Having performed all the above activities, you would have realized that a force may make an object move fast from rest. Jeng kon ball pan kitar kamo tawi rest tompuru jeng kitar ho kangemo ini motion thang tong nai. May change the speed of an object if it is moving. What you kintu mane thang tong maro bo phat saga speed thango. May change the direction of motion of an object. May bring about a change in the shape of an object. What you kintu mane ni shape bo ke change thango. May cause some of all this effect. Omo hangai nong je activity or nong je boy tong mani ko omorok jemon iko jeng je ata khai mani jeng or force tongka ngai tam nai bini shape bo change ngai or of same. An object cannot move by itself. Te kon manai nijin hoite move khaimia lori maya. It cannot change speed by itself. Borok nijin hoite bo speed bo change khaimia. It cannot change the direction by itself and its shape cannot be changed by itself. Je kon mane kintu nijin hoite changing maya. Omo kaisa borok force khaikesi o mane ni je speed direction pan hanga shape pan hanga mo changing. Next topic etama contact forces. Or bisung tam to muscular force. Muscular force tamno hanjak the force resulting due to the action of muscle is known as the muscular force. Otam hanjaga jeng kes hanai or nai do pulan je line. When we push an object like a school bag or lift a bucket of water. Jeng chin school bag no phan push khaiga haiga jeng ko tui je balti no phan ti saka. Where does the force come from? O born hoite phai. This force is caused by the action of muscle in our body. Omo katam phai chin hoi no hoi chin the muscle omo no hoite phayo. Omo hanjagu muscular force. Animals also make use of muscular force to carry out their physical activities and other tasks. Animal no kintu bongni hoi je muscular force no kintu ko apply khayo. Jemon o jaga no lugui mangkhana o gari duita musuk thangai tongka. Gari no soprogui o katam tonga checkup phanangkha mai phanangkha e omoro. Takai contact force ke tam no hinja. Muscular force can be applied only when it is in contact with an object. Jeng je kono minute sapuru chin body chin je muscle chin je ya o mani be connected engja. Habagino omo tihajago. It is also called as contact force. Omno kintu contact force honjago. Tiki chin yak bai o mani contact o phaiga. Abin chin bonti saga. Omno honjago contact force. Next singa tamo friction. Book friction definition tamo the force responsible for changing the state of motion. Jeta force jeta responsible sabni the motion changing money of an object mane kaisa mind the motion changing money in all this example is the force of friction. Jemon jeng ball no khitari phano mo khaikya mane jeng ball no khitari ball ni je motion changing ka omo bokando kaisa friction. The force of friction always acts on all the moving object and its direction is always opposite to the direction of the motion. Force of friction beshi bag na buru apply ang je pru mari choli tongu ong beshi choli tong pure ko tamang ko applying ko te ong beshi bag no kintu opposite direction puru applying go. Since the force of friction arises due to contact between the surface of force of friction bundike je puru omo tambai surface be contact go jeman chini je surface jam pakai phana contact kha ha phana contact kha. It is also an example of contact force. Omno hinjago contact force. A magnet can exert a force on another magnet without being in contact with it. Nok diyopan magnet no drop nai ne kana. Mane tamo duita magnet ang naka hanga kaisa kintu hasan hoyo no contact na starting nine ya way. Omong kai tamo omong hangai non-contact force ni example. Similarly, the force exerted by a magnet on a piece of iron is also a non-magnetic force. Jekono manai যেকোনো রকম দি আয়রন ম্যাগনেট বাই কিন্তু কন্ট্যাক্ট অঙ্গিয়া সকম হয় জানো মানে বরক মানে নেক্সট টপিক এটা ইলেক্ট্রোস্ট্যাটিক ফোর্স the force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as electrostatic force. Since I want to charge ngakai positive negative tongo tabu from the positive negative connect ka the negative positive connect ka hai ka positive connect ka negative connect ka. Next topic sintam ponai among ka gravitational force. Object or thing fall towards the earth because it pulls them. যেমন ধরক সাইমন খানা আইজেক নিউটন যে পুরো আপেল সাগান হইতে ক্লারিকা অপশন তলাও কলাই মানে সাগান হইতে তলা কলাই যা কারণ কোন একটা মানে রম দি সাগান স্টার ফান কলাই ফেকে আছিন আর্থ তাকে কি পুল খাই যাব this force is called force of gravity অমন জাগো force of gravity or gravity. This is an attractive force. The force of gravity acts on all the object. Since the force of gravity থু মানে এক মানে উঙ্গো যেমন আং সাগান হইতে কোনো রম দি ফ্রি ফান ক্লারিকা থাকে সাগান হইতে আং একটা পাত্র পান ক্লারিকা অপশন তলাও কলাই কোনো সাগা থাকি. The force of gravity acts on all of us all the time without our being aware of it. Water begins to flow towards the ground as soon as we open a tap. Sang je hut tap no on khayo sang tam no ko tui tola kalai ti kinu sa thangya. Water in rivers flows downwards due to the force of gravity. Oma thum no kintu force of gravity hage gravity in bagi mo tola no kalai jab. Every object in the universe, whether small or large, exerts a force on every other object. This force is known as gravitational force. Now, যেকোনো মানে কতর ফানা চিকন ফানাঙ্গা হপশনে টেকা বাই কাইসা মানে নাংদাগি টং যেমন আং তাবো সাকা ফাজু করে মানিক লাই খাঙ্গে তলা হাওয়া কলাইখা ইনকে মনে হন জানাই gravitational force. The next topic ta amparna among ka pressure. The force acting on a unit area of a surface called pressure. Now, amne যেকোনো মাইনাস জং যদি one of বেশি রি টং খাজং যেমন আং তাবো পিকচার নং নাইদি অনক তাম নখা যে কাইসা বরফ ki togi tongka ni botam bhage or pressure ri tongka tokna bagi omon jabo pressure. Pressure equal to force by area on which it acts on. Force mana ang ki tok mani ti ang bo area togi tong bo area ri tong omon jabo force pressure ni mathematical formula. Norok ni o chapter ni last topic itam atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric air extends up to many kilometers above the surface of the earth. In the atmosphere, in the summer, chini nokhan jau atmosphere. Chini nokho je kuma air tomani. Omo thum nakindu oma undercline. The pressure exerted by this air, omo je air by je pressure ang tomani chini nokhago. Omo hanjau atmospheric pressure. Mane atmosphere nokhasakago. Tinin bagay asing no o chapter kaya nok tafa nang jamano o chapter je ban nok poribu. Ang je pore mane omon naidi tin norok o boy nok line by line podi te o jagan je activity omono kintu nok pori tang di activity podi no to activity podi guys no norok buji gla ko chapter no tei nok do or moti kun phan bujang to gai norok ano kintu comment section no comment khaimano hai ken norok ano Instagram fan text khaimano tin bagi asing no hambai.